Imagine waking up to the news that $1 billion has disappeared overnight, without a trace. No alarms, no witnesses, just an empty vault and a perfect crime. This isn't a Hollywood movie. This is real. This is the story of the biggest bank heist in Brazil, a meticulously planned operation that stunned the world. How did the criminals pull it off? How could they disappear so completely? And where is the money now? Let's dive deep into the most audacious robbery in history. It all began in Fortaleza, Brazil, in 2005. A group of criminals formed a plan to break into the Banco Central. But this wasn't going to be just another bank robbery. No guns, no ski masks, no high-speed chases. Instead, they chose something much more discreet and much more brilliant. The gang was led by Antonio Jussivan Alves, known as the Doctor. He wasn't just a criminal, he was a strategist. His team included engineers, construction workers, and even former bank employees who provided inside information on security measures. Every detail was meticulously calculated. They rented a small house just a few blocks from the Banco Central, claiming to operate a landscaping business. The cover was perfect. Trucks loaded with soil and equipment would regularly arrive and leave, preventing suspicion. But what was really happening under that house would shock the world. For 3 months, a team of highly skilled criminals, including engineers and construction experts, worked underground, creating a 78-meter, 255-foot tunnel leading directly into the bank's vault. They reinforced it with wood and plastic to prevent collapse and installed lights, ventilation, and a pulley system to transport the stolen money efficiently. The tunnel was 6 meters below ground and carefully angled to avoid underground water pipes and electrical wiring. The sheer planning and precision that went into this operation suggest that the team included professionals with deep knowledge of architecture and security systems. One of the key figures was Paulo Sergio, a former civil engineer who had experience in underground construction. His knowledge was essential in ensuring that the tunnel would not collapse before the heist was executed. One question remains: how did they keep this a secret? How did no one notice months of digging, hammering, and moving debris? Investigators later learned that the gang bribed local officials to turn a blind eye. This wasn't just a heist, it was an orchestrated event with multiple layers of deception. On the weekend of August 6th to 7th, 2005, when the bank was closed, the team, unlike typical bank robbers who take whatever they can grab, these criminals were highly selective. They took only 160 million Brazilian reais, equivalent to about 70 million US dollars at the time. But why is this called a billion-dollar heist today? Due to inflation and the lost interest over time, this sum is now worth over $1 billion. They didn't steal gold, jewelry, or electronic valuables, only used non-sequential banknotes. This made the money almost impossible to trace. By the time the bank employees arrived on Monday morning, the vault was empty, and the thieves were long gone. Authorities were baffled. No security alarms had been triggered. There were no security camera recordings of masked gunmen storming the bank. It took them days to even realize how the criminals had entered. As soon as the heist was discovered, a nationwide manhunt began. The Brazilian Federal Police launched Operation Faca na Caveira, knife in the skull, aimed at tracking down the culprits and recovering the stolen fortune. A total of 25 people were suspected of being involved in the crime. Some were caught, but many vanished without a trace, just like the money. The alleged mastermind, Antonio Jussivan Alves, was eventually arrested, but by then, most of the money had disappeared. Authorities recovered only a small fraction of it, hidden in secret locations. One by one, suspects were either captured, killed, or disappeared under mysterious circumstances. Some believe they were silenced by more powerful figures involved in the heist. Theories about the missing money vary. Some believe it was laundered through real estate deals. Others suspect it was smuggled out of Brazil and used to finance new criminal operations. Could the stolen fortune still be hidden underground, waiting to be discovered? Several high-profile murders and kidnappings followed the heist, leading many to suspect that the operation had ties to organized crime and even corrupt officials. One thing is certain: most of the stolen fortune has never been recovered. The Fortaleza bank heist remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries. The Fortaleza bank heist was more than just a robbery. It was a work of criminal genius. It challenged the very nature of bank security, proving that even the most heavily guarded institutions could be breached with patience and intelligence. Even today, we are left wondering, did they really get away with it? And if so, where is the money now? The scale of this heist was so massive that it inspired both law enforcement and criminals alike. Authorities worldwide studied the methods used by the gang to prevent future similar crimes, while some criminals saw it as a blueprint for the ultimate heist. Interestingly, despite the extensive police work, more than 90% of the stolen money was never recovered. The fate of the fortune remains unknown, fueling speculation that the gang members who escaped are still out there, living under new identities with their share of the money. Some reports suggest that part of the cash was used to fund drug cartels and organized crime operations. Others believe the money was funneled into offshore accounts, never to be seen again. But the biggest question remains: was this the perfect crime? Or was it just lucky timing that allowed them to escape? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think the gang got away with it? Or is the truth still waiting to be uncovered?